Let's move on, man. Oh, I wanted to add another segment in this episode or in this podcast. It's gonna be called Down the Reddit Hole, alright, where I find some funny posts on Reddit for the week. Might be just one post or a few posts, then I refer you to it, sort of. That's what I want to try and do, right? 12 down the Reddit hole. I think I'm gonna start next week having that segment fully operational. Yeah. What else? Okay, so it's 9 plus 10, 11, that's 20 plus 30, so I have 15 minutes now. I can officially end this episode. I'm hungry, fuck. Okay, so there is one last thing I wanted to talk about. This should take long. There is one concerning thing. So if you've been to social media, like your, is it concerning or confusing? Your Facebook, Instagram, Tinder, or whatever, right? If you were honest, which gender uses the phrase or the term independent a lot? Between the two genders, is it males or females? I think the answer there is obvious. Females use the thing independent a lot more often, which has led me to conclude that when females are born, they are not actually independent. Females are not born independent, right? When you are born as a female, you are born dependent on some male figure of some sort. It has to be a male figure. One could argue and say when children are born, they need to be taken care of by their moms, dads, or parents, and that's who one depends on. Most of their, I think up to 21 and whatever, but to find that some people, even after that, they are busy. Even after that, after that, males become independent, and then somehow females, it's not obvious for them that they are independent, so they become dependent in some way. So society just assumes that when I see a lady walking, she must be dependent on some male figure. That's why she's walking the way she's walking. That's why she is who she is. It's because she's dependent on some male figure. That's my immediate assumption. Because females can't be independent. Can't be just inherently independent. They have to depend on some male figure. Alright, that is why that females find it necessary to always say on these platforms that they are independent. It's because everyone in society sort of assumes that they are not independent. Okay, so I can talk BS if I like, eh? But why else would a person write independent? I fail to understand that one, right? That independent thing that ladies write and like writing a lot. Why do we have to say? Who assume that you are not independent, right? Do I assume that seeing a person somewhere that they assume that they have some sort of a female person that they depend on, or a male person that they depend? It's like women or not women. Some females are trying too hard, right? Who assumes that in the first place? Who even thinks like that? Who thinks dependent, independent, or whatever? You could say maybe if I see a white boy driving a cool car while he's still doing first year, I could say that no, his parents are rich, he's dependent on his parents. But it's not something that we'll use as a social status of some sort to say I'm dependent, I'm independent. Why would you even do that? Yeah, I don't understand why ladies do that. So there was this funny post on Facebook where a lady posted a guy and said, if ever someone sees this guy and whatever, tell them to pay maintenance for the child and whatever, child support. And then someone spotted that in their description it's written independent woman. Man, that was funny, boss. Because why would you say independent? Why would you even use that? I fail to understand, man, why people say that thing. And it's funny to me. Who assumes in the first place that you are not independent? Because one has to assume independence, otherwise the situation shows that no, the contrary is true. If the situation doesn't show that the contrary is true, it's sort of assumed that you are independent, right? Yeah, it's one of those things that I found funny this week, thinking about. Obviously, it was not well written or said.